Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm 16. This is my show, no channel flipping. I swear I'm cool, please be my friend.
Hi, my name is Sidekick Ben.
It's 1996. Things get wacky. Don't get me started on my sister Jackie. Gross. You'll remember each laugh you joyfully had. Oh, I'm totally rad. Whoa, whoa. It's totally rad. Whoa, whoa. John 3:16.
Totally rad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm totally
Rad.
My name's Alyssa.
Totally rad. 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 Totally rad.
Live on tape from the year 1996, it's Totally Rad. On today's show, comedian Carl Tart.
Woo!
Band leader Janine Hogan.
Totally rad.
I'm Sidekick Ben Castle. And now the only podcast host on rollerblades, Alyssa Sabo.
Totally rad.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. I'm 16 years old and this is my talk show. Here are some jokes about current events. Janine. Republican candidate Bob Dole made a campaign stop at a Piggly Wiggly grocery store in Jackson, Mississippi. The cameramen were confused because at first they thought some of the produce was talking. Bob Dole is a banana. Alanis' Morissette album, Jagged Little Pill, took home Album of the Year at the Grammys. Alanis, next time make sure the seal isn't broken on your Tylenol. Then all your pills will be nice and smooth. Hey. Over 20 million Americans are logging on the internet every week. For those Americans, I have a message for you. Get off the line. I have to call my pastor. That's it for the monologues. With me as always is my sidekick Ben, who is 36-year-old. Hi, Ben. How was your morning?
Oh, great to be here, Alyssa. My morning was pretty good.
Yeah, what'd you do?
I was watching Good Morning America.
Love it.
If you've ever heard of that show. And they had this segment on chlorofluorocarbons. And they said that in all of our hairspray, there's like a chemical that gets released that it goes into the atmosphere and it destroys the ozone layer. So they were saying everybody should stop using that kind of hairspray, get rid of those hairsprays. So I rounded up. I actually am a big proponent of hairspray. As you know, I usually have very coiffed hair, and I use about a half can of hairspray on that every day. And my wife also uses a lot of hairspray. So I rounded up about 25 cans of hairspray, and I taped them all down and just let them expel everything right outside. I just emptied them out, threw them out. And so I'm off hairspray.
So you just went outside and sprayed them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just sprayed them all out so there was none left in the can and then all the danger's gone. Mm-hmm. No more CFCs.
That'll be good.
And I figured that way, I'm just doing my part to help the environment. Put them in the burn pile and we're going to burn them up.
Ben.
Yeah.
I got to be honest. I don't know why you're wearing hairspray in the first place. And it's not the 80s anymore. So.
Okay. Well, I feel like a big fool.
I don't find anything wrong with what you did, expelling the hairspray into the atmosphere. But what I find wrong is that you're wearing hairspray in the first place.
Okay. Well, I didn't put hairspray on today. Let's see what you think. I'm going to take off the old hat. And I mean, this isn't. I need some hairspray, right? Like, this isn't working, is
Well, just keep your hat on, please. And because you're going to scare our guest. Okay. Sorry, I'm in a bad mood. I'm sure I'll turn it around. Joining us today is bandleader Janine Hogan.
Close. Very
Janine
close.
and I don't always get along. So as a form of kind of like showing my like superiority, I'm pronouncing her name wrong.
I don't know about superiority. I feel like I could be much louder than you in a lot of ways.
Louder?
Yeah, like if I wanted to make all of my sounds go over your sounds. So for the rest of the show, no one hears Alyssa.
Okay, but real quick, Janine, I got to
that's
be honest
something I
with
would
you.
be able to do.
I asked my pastor about this the other day. I said, we need to tell everybody about Jesus Christ. Okay, but what about the parts of the world where we can't get to physically? And he says, Alyssa, if they don't hear about Jesus from you, the rocks will cry out his name. So if you try to overpower me, the rocks will cry out. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Not at all.
Okay. All right. Well, that is good enough. We are going to get to it. Ben, go ahead.
Gene, let's get a beat going. Let's get this intro hopping. And now it's time to introduce our guest, comedian Carl Tart.
Carl Tart. Oh my gosh.
Carl.
Hell yeah.
Hello.
Hi.
Do you think everybody's being mean to me so far?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna let you off the hook. I think you've been a little bit snappy yourself.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Really?
I think you've been a little bit snappy, and I think I think you need a orange slice and a juicy juice.
Oh, shoot, you're right. I am hypoglycemic. I don't know why I'm pronouncing words wrong.
Hypoglycemic.
Did someone tell you were hypoglycemic, or did you just decide that?
I think now that Carl's speaking to me about this orange slice, the thought of a juicy orange going in my lips and rubbing around in my tongue is making me kind of feel like better. So I'm like, I think I'm hypoglycemic. Carl,
Yes.
you do acting. Have you ever used your acting skills on your family and friends to get out of a pickle or a jam?
Let me think about that. I don't know if I've used. Well, yeah. I've used my acting skills on my mom. Back in the day, I used to. My grades weren't always good. I wasn't.
Amen.
I wasn't the best student, and so sometimes I used to give my mama a little sob story about why I was struggling in a certain class or something like that. Oh, I got the hiccups. I'm growing. Why this grade is not good. I gave put on a little show. It doesn't matter. It never worked.
No, because your mom didn't. Your mom doesn't like actors.
She is one.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So did you ever feel like she was acting like your mom?
Yeah. Yeah. My mom likes to do this thing where we get in public. She would like to be like. My mom's a great mom. This is gonna sound worse than what it is, but
hey, I relate to mom. Yeah. Go ahead.
There were times where my mom would get in public around people and want to be way more parenty than she was at home. And I'll be like,
sure.
oh, for real? You gonna do that? You gonna act like you don't act like that. You don't she would get a little bit too helicopter parentish, and it's like, don't do that. You don't do that at home. You're putting on a show.
My mom does that all the time, after church when I'm trying to get to Haas's, which is my favorite restaurant. Have you ever heard of it?
Haas's?
Haas's.
No.
It's a buffet.
Haas's buffet. Where'd you grow up? Where are you growing up currently?
I am from Pennsylvania, Western Pennsylvania. Johnstown.
I'm not familiar with any restaurants up there.
You should try it. You would love Haas's buffet because and they have, the ham carving station. That's my favorite.
Nice. Buffets I really like. We had a restaurant called Perkins.
Oh, I know Perkins.
We had a place called Kettle.
Don't know Kettle.
Golden Corral.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Big time.
Those are some buffets I liked. And the casinos where I'm from in Mississippi.
There's casinos in Mississippi?
Do they have to float?
Yep. They have a float? What'd you ask, Ben?
Do they have to float?
Yes.
Casinos in Mississippi?
Legally, they have to be on the water. Or near the water. Yeah.
There's water.
In Mississippi? Yeah, there's a whole river called the Mississippi River. You ever heard of that?
Absolutely.
I don't know.
I've
heard there's not much water in Mississippi. Is that right? Is it pretty dry?
No. It's actually pretty wet. There's flooding all the time. People lose their homes every year.
Ben, I messed up. I
Guess
don't
we
know
got to
what
take
you're-
your word for it.
Okay, Carl. My mom currently only buys. Speaking of moms, my mom currently only buys Kroger brand deodorant. On Wednesday
Okay.
after PE, Karen Durder said I smelled like an ugly boy who lives in a fart. How do I convince my mom to let me get a better deodorant, like Dove?
Does she wear Dove for herself? What does she wear?
She wears. I don't know. I'm not allowed in her bathroom, and I know it's because she smokes cigarettes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. I think you may have to be a little stealthy and get in there yourself.
Okay.
And or you could steal the deodorant from the store.
Steal it.
Yeah.
Now, how is that?
Janine's on board
Janine,
for this.
How is
They're pretty
that
small.
okay? Well, because here's
It's
the
not.
thing. I want to steal. I want to steal kisses,
Oh, okay.
not deodorant. I want to. I don't believe in stealing. I'm sorry, Carl. I know that you understand you're a good guy, and you already called me out for being snappy, and it really did set me in a different mood. But right now I have to pump the brakes and say that you're actually wrong.
Okay.
Okay.
I will take that. I'll take that. And I'll take full responsibility for being wrong.
Okay.
I'm only saying steal it because if your mom's never going to buy it, maybe you could come to a middle ground, and instead of Kroger brand deodorant, maybe you could get a little Tussie, like
Okay.
roll on. She might, because that's something from her day that she would be like, oh, okay,
Well, if I'm being honest
What?
with you, I think I need prescription strength.
okay.
So,
I feel like you're coming to the
okay,
wrong
do
place
you
with
keep
that,
your
but-
mind engaged during church? And what do you do if it starts to wander?
During church, when I was going to church,
You don't go anymore?
I don't go anymore. I've lost my religion. But when I would go to church back in the day, I would hang out with the band. That's how I kept engaged.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, but now I'm
I
thinking
would sit behind the drummer.
okay, but if I'm thinking about literally like the person in church who is most likely to help you stray away from church, it's 100% the drummer. So there's your problem, man.
He was a cool dude. When I was growing up, I went to Second Street Baptist Church, and I think that was the name of it. I always just called it Reverend Henry's Church. But he had a son named Johnny, and Johnny was maybe like 10 years older than me, somewhere in that area, 8 to 10 years older than me. And he was just a cool dude. He was a cool cat. So we're 1996 right now. I'm 7 years old, and Johnny's like 17, and he's just a beast on the drum set. He also rides a motorcycle, which is like a dirt bike type motorcycle thing. He sneaks and smokes cigarettes.
No helmet?
I also believe that he smokes weed.
It's-
No, he wears a
It's
helmet.
pretty well known that in every organization, the coolest section is the band.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that that's where you would hang out.
Yeah. I hung out behind Johnny. Johnny was always cool. He used to call me Little Man.
Where's
What's up, little
Johnny
man?
now? Probably not.
I don't know where Johnny is now. Honestly, I don't know where Johnny is. He should be about probably like early 40s now. And
Out looking for water, probably in Mississippi.
yeah, he could be looking for water. He could be saving his home from the threat of flood. When there's too much water, he could be trying to get rid of water.
Oh no.
But Johnny was a cool dude, man. Johnny played the drums, and he was a great drummer. And he would let me like take pieces of the drums, and that's how I kind of like learned to play the drums, was through Johnny.
Okay. Do you sing or just play drums?
I did sing in the choir.
Wow. Can you give us
Yeah.
an example? Do you know any hymns or worship songs? I'd love to. I think maybe too, if you start to sing a worship song, it might kind of ignite your soul back to Christ.
Yeah. So back then, okay, let me think of a song that we used to sing during specific.
Ben can play it if you think of one.
Okay. Well, there was one that they used to go when we would be doing communion or something like that. It would go, I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood. I know it was the blood for me.
Wow.
One day when I was lost, he died up on the cross.
Wow.
and I know it was the blood for me.
I'm crying.
That one. There was also
That was really good. That was really
the other
good.
one?
Janine?
Can the circle be unbroken
Unbroken
by and
by
by,
thy
Lord?
Lord, by and by.
That one?
Yeah, I love that one.
And it
That
was
was
a
awesome,
Baptist
Carl.
church?
We were harmonizing. I went to a Baptist church.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So did y'all used to like?
I mean,
was
I
praise and
go.
worship
Sorry,
like a big-
I go to a Baptist church.
Was praise and worship
I
like
do
a
as well.
big deal? Like, was it like
Yeah,
lit, or
it was like
that?
a big deal. It was like it was a big deal. That song the first song I ever sang in church was called Victory in Jesus.
Okay.
Oh, victory in Jesus, my Savior forever. He taught me and bought me.
And bought me
I-
with his
I used to be I used to sing with this gospel touring choir.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
They were called the
victory song we
Masters.
had was called "Victory Is Mine." So like,
Let's hear it.
Victory is mine. Victory
Oh,
is
sure.
mine. Victory today is mine.
Why don't you believe that anymore?
Why don't I believe that victory is mine?
Yeah.
I've figured out other ways to accomplish victory.
How?
Ooh.
You know, like eating well, eating poorly, drinking enough water, just happiness, pure happiness, hanging out with friends such as yourselves. You know, that's all victory. And victory, I still think victory today is mine because I'm doing this show.
Wow.
Ooh. That's so nice.
It's so hard for me. Usually whenever somebody tells me they don't believe in God, I want to punch them and stuff. But I
didn't say I didn't believe in
Whoa.
God. Oh, easy.
Oh,
now. Don't put words in my mouth.
easy. I didn't know that. Oh, okay. You still believe in God? Okay.
I
well.
do, yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's going on up there.
Wow. Okay. Carl, I feel like you're one of the nicest and coolest people we've ever met.
Oh, thank you. That's nice.
Do you relate to that?
Relate to being the nicest and coolest. You know, not everybody would say that, which is a bummer. But I think that
They don't
I
truly
think
know
that
you.
most people would say it. Yeah, they don't truly know me. They don't truly get down with CT.
That's right.
I try to treat everybody how I want to be treated. You know, sometimes you fail at that, but that's
Yeah.
we're humans.
What do you think about that, Janine?
I just am stuck on the fact that I feel like technically if you don't know what's going on up there, that's agnostic, right?
Yeah, that's I would consider myself to be a spiritual leaning agnostic person. Whereas like I'm not gonna confirm nor deny that there is something going on there. I think people who consider themselves to be atheists are on the same are parallel thinking to people who are extremely religious.
Wow.
Mhm. Like a Bill
I
Maher.
have something
Yeah.
to share with you, Carl. Let's open
Tell
up
me.
your earlobes, okay?
They're open.
God says, and this is going to offend some people, I either want you to be hot or cold. If you are lukewarm, I spit you out of my mouth. What do you think about that?
God said that?
God said that.
See, that's one of the things that make me go like, maybe church isn't for me.
This guy doesn't like room temp drinks.
Okay, you know what? That got me. Because when I hear that, I'm like, yikes, that sounds terrible. But that's honestly the verse that I heard when I was 8 years old and I got nervous. I never wanted to be spit out
Oh.
of God's mouth. So maybe
Sure.
I'm living in a bit of fear. I'll be honest.
All right, it's 1996, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Have you guys been watching 2020?
Yeah.
And did you guys see that episode? It could have been over the last 3 years. I would say if I'm remembering correctly, that church that worships snakes.
Yeah, the snake handling church.
Remember that?
Sure. Yeah, I saw it. Did you guys see it? Alyssa and Janine look pretty
I
confused.
never saw that.
I don't think so.
But I can imagine.
Yeah, it's like this church. There's several of them, but they base off of one verse. I believe it's at the end of Matthew, and not all Bibles have it, but it was about where it was like a prophecy where people would be able to touch snakes and asps and they wouldn't bite them. And so these churches base a part of their worship around that. So they like hold up poisonous snakes and people get bitten a lot.
Yeah, people get bitten all the time. And I remember this now that it's 1996. I'm still fairly young at this point, 7 years old. But I remember
I mean, in a way you're also an adult.
Yeah.
But yeah.
In recent years, I saw that on 2020 and it scared the life out of me.
What were you scared of? They were going to have snakes at your church?
Yes, but not at my church.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to be honest with y'all. Please forgive me if this offends anyone, but I thought when I was growing up, I thought white people churches had snakes.
Is there a mess? Are you trying to teach me a lesson? Are you trying to teach me that not all of the Bible verses are true?
I think you have to leave them to your own interpretation of what they make you feel like inside. As long as it's treating people kindly. As long as you're using them for good and not for bad.
I mean, those churches chose one line.
One line.
Yeah.
Because they were like, I feel like they probably were just like, snakes are sick, dude.
Yeah. That's wild.
Because what else would be the justification for them? And how do they explain the bites? I feel like that once they start biting, that would be me saying, guys, I think we headed in the wrong direction.
I guess I got to be honest.
Line.
I'm a little disheartened about this. And I think it's causing me to feel doubt about the church in general. And makes me think that if that snake church is a thing, maybe my church is a snake church too, low key.
Yeah, because, is it a white people church?
It is a white people church.
I mean, it could be then.
I feel like if I didn't see the episode of 2020, but I feel like if we were to look at a photo of the snake church, it would be a high percentage of white people.
Yeah, almost 100.
Almost 100.
I mean, I would lean towards 100,
yeah.
but
maybe even over 100, like with just people walking by outside, because probably in that neighborhood there might not be any other minorities there to celebrate snakes. If we talked about animals earlier today, dogs, cats, house pets and things like that, I don't have no problem with them. But snakes, they can go to hell. And I do believe that snakes are a personification of Satan.
Yeah.
I like that.
In the Garden of Eden. All right, I think it's time. I think we need to stop talking about snakes for a second because I'm thinking about the movie Anaconda. Oh my gosh.
I just opened up the encyclopedia real quick and there's a page about snake handling and yeah, it's a lot of.
But wait a second, y'all. I think we gotta apologize because if you scroll down a little bit, on the left side there, I think that bass player back there is a black dude.
Oh my god!
Look at that one.
Oh yeah, right here,
guitar player. However,
wow. Okay.
I feel like I can picture
no snakes in his hand.
Yeah, he's got a guitar.
That's just a cool guitar bass player.
He might be a hired hand. We hire musicians sometimes at my church.
Yeah, I've heard of that. He's probably there to get his check. And he also might not be black. I can't really tell.
It's black and white picture, so who knows? My encyclopedia isn't in color. Yeah.
Okay, now it's time for the part of the show where I read my journal. Okay, so now that Carl's been stirring some doubts in my heart, I think it's time for me to go back to my journals where, it's like very much this is the truth.
Can we see the cover of the journal? I always like to see this.
Oh yeah, this one is just it's just pink.
Alyssa's journal.
Green. Okay, you ready? Well, Lord, I went this whole week without spending sweet sweet time alone with you. Lord, I am so selfish, and I'm so sorry that my week was awful without you. Again, there I go with my selfish thoughts. I turn everything into how it can benefit me. I guess that's just a clear sign of how you are the only true life. God, I pray that tomorrow you'd wake me up with the desire for you and you alone. I pray that my time with you would be fruitful. Amen. What did you think of that, Carl?
You know, I thought it was beautifully written. I thought it was magical, and I heard maybe 3 words of it.
What? You didn't hear?
What's going on?
I think I can you read it again?
What? I closed it. I don't know where it is.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Why didn't you hear it? Was that Satan?
That might have been Satan. That might be a snake crawling out of my ears.
Oh my god!
No, I just heard bits and pieces. I guess I was trying to make sense of the different sentences.
Okay, well this is
Yeah.
another. This is from a different entry, but this is just one sentence. I'll just because it seems like it's kind of a lot. I'll say one sentence.
Okay.
Okay. I ask that every morning you would fill my heart with you so that I am physically incapable of being filled up with me.
Ah,
How
now
about that?
let's break that down. You see,
Huh.
I feel like that right there is the disillusion of ego.
Okay.
Like-
Wait a second. Are we talking to the coach of the Chicago Bulls right now? It's like some cool Zen Buddhism up there.
Fred
Ego.
Yeah, exactly. No. Bill
No,
Are you
Jackson.
therapeutic? Are you therapeutic? You go to therapeutic?
do I go to therapeutic?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, physical and mental.
Oh, same person?
No.
Oh, okay.
The physical therapist actually would be a terrible mental therapist.
I don't
but,
believe in therapy, but I understand what you're saying. So if you don't want to be filled up with God, then what do you want to be filled up with?
Well, if you want to be filled up with yourself,
I don't want to be filled up with myself.
you want to be filled up with God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that means you're thinking godly as opposed to thinking with yourself first and thinking like that's egotistical to be thinking constantly like narcissistically, always thinking about yourself. Like think about God and everything around you that God is has brought into your life.
So it's a good thing. So
Yeah, it's a good thing. You can think
approve?
about the trees. You can think about technology. You can think about other people who bless your life. You're not just constantly thinking about yourself.
Sounds like Carl is more of a Christian than he realizes.
Wait a second now.
Thanks, Carl. Okay, now it's time for Ben's better quotes.
That's right. This is Ben's Better Quotes, where Ben takes a popular quotation and punches it up a little.
Okay.
Which part is the quote and which part is Ben? That's for you to decide.
Okay.
Janine, what's a cool sound for Ben's Better Quotes?
The one that I have already loaded. Ben's better quotes.
Love it. This is a quote from Charles Barkley and a little bit from me. The only difference between a good shot and a bad shot is if it goes in or not. Unless you dip the basketball in a mixture of Crystal hot sauce and molasses. And right before you shoot that bad boy, you give it a healthy licking. Because that's going to be a good shot every single time. And that was a quote from Charles Barkley and a little bit from me.
I'm gonna try to smile.
Okay.
Alyssa, are you okay? I just feel like we need to pause for a
Yeah,
moment.
let's pause.
I feel like
No.
you're really going through it today.
It's just because I've never really questioned this much because all the stuff Carl's saying sounds right and good, but he's saying that he doesn't have his faith. So I don't know. I'm just worried, and I'm thinking about the time that I've been spending with the drummer at the church, and I'm wondering if that's overall going to be bad for my spiritual health. So whatever, it's fine. But let's just move on. Okay, Janine, I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Great job, Ben. Ben's Twitter quote. That was awesome.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
I'm touched. I'm touched by that display of emotion. As usually, I have to write a comment and Alyssa will read it, which I did this time, but she didn't read it. That felt genuine. That felt like the best compliment I've ever gotten from you.
Okay, so now that we're on the path of us reading stuff we've written, it is time for the portion of the podcast where we read a skit that I wrote. As everybody knows, I'm an aspiring Christian movie writer, and this is one of those movies I've written. And because Carl is an incredible actor, he is going to be reading the words that I've written here, and
awesome.
we'll see if we can stir some hearts to the Lord with the power of movies.
I faxed everybody a copy of the script. We're going to cold read it. Did everybody get that fax?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. This is called No Subject. Carl and Alyssa skip rocks down by a river.
Are you glad you came to this church camp?
Nah, I'd rather be playing video games with my friends.
So that means you weren't at all stirred by the message that Pastor Trey gave?
Not really. Stuff is weird if you ask me. Jesus? No thanks.
Wow, I guess I can't date you then.
Oh, what do you mean?
I only date Christians.
I don't want to date you.
Okay.
Janine comes in with huge news.
Hey, Alyssa. Have Brandon just accepted Christ into his heart, and he wants to know if you'll date him.
Yep, I will. As long as the prayer was legit.
Of course it was.
Wait a second. Maybe I do want to accept Jesus as my savior.
I hope the idea of dating me didn't change your mind, and that it really is a true decision you are making for the Lord.
It is.
This is awesome.
It really is.
The end.
You're going to be a hit. Your movies are going to be huge.
Okay, what did everybody think about that movie?
I feel like my character has a little bit of work. We can work on my character a little bit.
How? Because it's like I did a lot of show not tell with your character, so.
So we're skipping rocks, right?
Yeah.
We're skipping rocks down by a river with the hanky panky.
Because we're at like a church camp, and yeah.
Yeah, and then I say I don't want to date you. Like I say that pretty solidly. Like I don't think I'm not. But then all of a sudden when I see you like about to date another dude, now I'm like, no, wait a second. I want to date you now.
Mm-hmm. It's like mainly this movie is about the dangers of missionary dating. Have you ever heard of that?
Missionary dating?
Yeah.
I ain't never heard of missionary dating.
Have you heard of doggy style dating?
It's missionary dating.
Reverse cowgirl dating?
I've heard of that.
Missionary dating is whenever a Christian dates a non-Christian and hopes to get them to come to the Lord.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways.
Reverse cowgirl dating is when the cowgirl asks the cowboy out.
Yeah. Sadie Hawkins dating. Hey, I also have a question about the dialogue.
Oh,
here.
yeah. Absolutely.
Janine has a line, and Janine read it perfectly because all an artist has is the words on the page. Mm-hmm. And so the words on the page was, "Hey, Alyssa, period. Have Brandon just accepted Christ into his heart, and he wants to know if you'll date him."
Okay.
So who had Brandon do it?
So I think what ended up happening was sometimes when I write, so here's what happens. When I write, sometimes there's like a typo. Like I meant to say, have you heard that Brandon blah, 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 blah. However,
Okay.
in real life, we sometimes mess up too. So we have typos in real life. So
Yeah.
part of
Yeah.
my directorial and writer style, which is like really kind of iconic, is that I will keep those typos in there. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes total sense.
So then it feels like
I
it's
just-
real life, you know? And that is something Janine would do. She would not really know how to construct a sentence. So
See, I feel like I didn't really have I didn't have any character development. I was there really just to serve you,
you were the
Alyssa.
messenger,
and then-
for sure.
On top of that, I also had a typo.
Okay, guys, at the end of the day,
And now it's time for interview part 2,
okay,
where we continue asking questions.
Carl,
Yeah.
this boy Kernan Durder has been really roasting me lately, and I need help knowing what to say to get back at him.
Okay.
Can you give me some comebacks for his insults?
Yeah.
He called me a brown-haired turtle, dry lips houlihan.
Let's go one by one.
Oh, okay.
So if he called you a brown-haired turtle,
Brown-haired turtle.
what's a good
What's a good
comeback?
Your mama's a brown-haired turtle.
Oh.
Wow.
That's good.
Okay.
That's good.
The next one is dry lips houlihan.
Sorry, I got dry lips. Your mama hadn't bought me no Vaseline yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
What about you're an uglier version of Kimmy Gibbler?
That's crazy that you would say something like that, because I was just remarking the other day to your mother how she looks like an uglier version of Kimmy Gibbler.
Oh. Day old donut, and your eyes are the sprinkles, and you taste like a crusty old butt.
Oh, so you tasting me now, huh? Well. Eat my ass.
Whoa! Eat my
That's good.
ass, and I'm allowed to say that. And I'm allowed to
Because
say
ass
that.
is in the Bible.
Because ass is in
Yeah,
the Bible.
Jesus sat on his ass on the way into Jerusalem.
Okay, Carl, I just got $20 from my GG, and it's time to spruce up my wardrobe. What's your
All right.
strategy?
Strategy for sprucing up your wardrobe with $20? Mm-hmm. Okay, well, it's
Where should I
1996.
start? What should I do?
Kmart.
Woo.
Okay. And what do you think? What should I get? And here's what I'm wearing right now. So I'll show you, and you can kind of give me tips.
Okay, so you're wearing a very nice shirt and some plaid pants.
And then I have kind of these. This is my.
Yeah. So I think it's now time to go to the jewelry section of Kmart and get a waterproof watch.
Ooh.
Wow.
One
But-
that, in case you
okay.
forget that you have it on when you get into the swimming pool, it'll still work.
Now, would you go
Wow.
basic black, or is like a color better?
Well, yeah, I'll go basic black, you know.
I guess I got to be honest with you. I'm not ready to grow up. And I feel like
I
only
feel-
grown-ups wear watches.
I get that. But how else are you going to tell time in 1996?
Ask
You could call the
someone.
operator.
Call the operator.
You could call for time at the tone.
The time will be.
Pacific Standard Time will be.
Okay. You know what, Carl? I'm sorry. I'm going to leave my wardrobe up to someone else because I didn't like what you said. I don't want to get
Well,
a watch.
you only have $20.
Okay,
So,
but I don't want to watch. That's so like lame. That's like a boy. Like boys wear watches and dads.
all right, what about this? It's 1996, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep.
You have $20, so you can't go anywhere. I would say just be thankful for the clothes that you have. Take that $20 to the mall and go to Chick-fil-A.
Wow.
Ooh. And now
And
here's a hot
Cinnabon.
tip for that. If you go to Chick-fil-A and you get a kid's meal, they'll have a cassette tape of Adventures in Odyssey in there. You can listen to an episode of a Christian radio drama on the way home.
I think Carl is more like Jesus than he realizes. That's something Jesus would say. Okay. So my next question is, this is actually good. I'm back in and asking you for advice, and that helps because the next thing is kind of a huge deal that I'm letting you in on. Okay. I actually have a huge crush on my neighbor, Charlie. His dad is a lawyer. I think I need to write a love song to him, but I need your help. So could you help me write a love song to Charlie?
Yeah.
And like, do you need more information about him?
Yeah. Give me the rundown on old Charlie.
So his dad's a lawyer.
Dad's a lawyer.
He has freckles.
Has freckles.
And he he lives by me.
Okay. Does he go to school with you too?
He goes to school with me. We ride the same bus.
Y'all are in 11th grade?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're in 10th grade.
10th grade.
Is this
yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Public school.
Yeah, this is a public school.
And he has kind of like his haircut is kind of like a mushroom head.
Does he play any sports?
Yeah, he plays soccer.
Okay.
Soccer, basketball, soccer, basketball. But he's
soccer,
better
basketball.
Soccer
Same time?
and basketball.
Same season.
Soccer, basketball. No, there's different seasons. Basketball's in the winter. Soccer's in the fall.
Oh.
Interesting. Oh yeah, because you're in Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then that's pretty much all I know about him. And then also I know that he loves when I give him gum. So I always give him gum.
All right.
And I don't know if that's because he likes me or what. But anyways, I'm trying to be more like open and honest. So, and I know you're a singer and you love Jesus. So this will be great.
What style song should this be? We'll get Janine to lay down a track.
Yeah, what style song should it be?
I thought you were going to answer that, Carl.
All right, let's make it
now that you have all the information on Charlie.
Let's make it like a 1996 pop song.
Pop.
Like I Can't Fight the Moonlight.
Wow. I love Leanne Rhymes.
That was 96, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. I love Leanne
Janine.
Rhymes.
I love that and know that song.
Hey Charlie, I got something to say. I love taking the school bus with you all the way. P5 for fun. If your breath is kicking, I'll give you some gum. Kicking you like a soccer ball in the fall. The wall. Oh! Now, Charlie, listen. I got a crush on you. I want to sneak into your window. This is true. When your dad's at the lawyer's office, I'm coming over real quick. When your dad's at the lawyer's office, I want you to pull out that board game that we play every day and every night. I will make you feel so right.
So right.
I will give you a piece of Big Red.
Big Red.
And then I will also give you some tips on how to make this board game lots of fun. And when I watch you play soccer, man, you sure can run.
Sure can run.
Charlie, you got a mushroom hat. But I want to see that mushroom cap been crunch. And we can eat breakfast before school and after school. 'Cause you're really cool, Charlie. 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 Charlie.
Charlie. Charlie, please don't fight the moonlight.
I'm a little bit early with that song. Don't fight the moonlight.
Make you hot.
There you go. That's my verses.
Whoa, Carl, that was like the coolest song I've ever heard in my entire life. How did you make that up on the spot?
Oh, yeah, I did. I made that up on the spot.
That was really incredible.
I don't know if I believe you.
I can't believe, like, it's like you knew all that. No, but Ben, he never knew any of that information. He made that up on the spot.
That's true, but what if, like, I don't know, what if Chris Gaines had a song just like that was about somebody who had mushroom Captain Crunch cereal and all those other specifics that we heard, and he just used that. I don't know. I don't have a Chris Gaines seat.
I don't know, Ben. I think you need to just cool it. Ben's a little jealous. I think you're jealous of Carl.
I feel pretty threatened right now. I'm not gonna lie.
That was like the most incredible. And like I liked how like in a way you like really captured my mood and how I feel about Charle, because you kind of had this like calm like tone to your voice, and it was like Charle, like you know what I mean? And I was like, whoa, that's like how I feel when I see him. So anyways, maybe I'll try that.
I feel like I want to handle some snakes right now. God.
Okay. Now it's time for the game that we like to call Sticky Situations. I often find myself in a difficult circumstance where I could use a helping hand. And sometimes when I don't feel that God is really clearly telling me what to do, I'd like to ask Carl for help. So whenever you see me make a poor decision in these different examples, say freeze and coach me back into making a better choice.
Okay.
Together, we can get me out of these sticky situations.
All right, this is the first sticky situation. Alyssa is at Claire's. She's trying to convince Janine to pierce her ears for free because Janine works at Claire's.
Hey, Janine.
Hi, can I help you?
I'd like a couple of ear piercings, please.
Okay. Did you want to choose like the price tier for which earring you want?
I don't have any money, but you have to do this for me because I need people to know for sure that I'm a girl, because sometimes
Freeze.
Okay.
Nobody needs to know you're a girl. But that's not the only thing. For the first thing is, Janine doesn't have to do this for you. She doesn't have to. So at this point, let's ask Janine, will she please give you a friendly 5-finger discount or a 2-ear discount? And you'll be a friend, and you will bring her Cinnabon. You're at the mall, so you can bring her Chick-fil-A.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't demand her do it, because people don't have to do things. So,
okay.
Yes.
I'll try that again. I'll try again. And then, or could you pretend to be me, Carl?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we're back at Claire's.
I'm going to observe. I'm going to watch.
All right.
Hey, Alyssa, can I help you?
Hey. Oh, my gosh. Janine. Man, you look good today.
Hi.
Is this,
thanks.
Wow, are you the manager here?
No, this is just my Claire's uniform. They have everyone in these pink shirts.
Oh, my gosh. You look so authoritative. Hey.
Thank you.
Listen. I got a favor to ask.
What's up?
I am really short on cash right now. My GG only gave me $20, and I need to make that last for like the rest of the week. But I would really love to get my ears pierced, because I read in an encyclopedia that it's best to get your ears pierced on the second week of the month. And you're just so cool, and I see that you have your ears pierced, and I really would love to like get my ears pierced like yours. Do you think we could maybe perhaps go under the table and you just like do them real quick?
Well, I have these lower tier earrings, and the total would equal out $20, so you have enough.
Yeah, but I just can't. I can't spend the whole $20 because
Good job, Carl.
I need the whole week. I need it for the whole week. Yeah. Like I need to spend, like I have after school program, and I need to buy a juice,
puncher,
and cookies.
Puncher.
I'm not gonna need no punch.
Okay.
I just feel like I'm getting nothing out of this, because you said that I was cute, but in reality, you're usually very mean to me.
Really? I'm gonna stop being mean to you forever if you do this. I'll put it in writing right now.
Sign this contract, and I will pierce your ears
signing
for free illegally.
We see a giant rolled up contract unroll.
Okay,
Alyssa,
that was awesome. In a lot of ways, I wish Carl was me, and like, I wish Carl and I could Freaky Friday.
I say the same thing all the time.
No, you don't. You want to be me?
These problems. You don't want these problems, Alyssa.
Do you want to be me for real?
Yeah, let's switch it up.
Oh my gosh, Carl, I don't think so. You're gonna hate it. You're gonna hate yourself, and you're gonna.
The only way that ever happens is if you guys both say, "I wish I was Carl or Alyssa" at the same time, and then. I
don't know.
But I hope you don't.
Okay, maybe we should just keep playing this game. I'm feeling like mystical.
All right.
Danger.
Second sticky situation is Alyssa sees Carl at Blockbuster. She is convinced he is her friend Jerome from summer camp. He is not.
Okay. Hey,
Let's see. Silence of the Lambs. Huh? Hey.
what movie are you getting? Remember that movie we watched at summer camp?
What? I never know summer camp.
You're my friend from summer camp.
No, I'm not. And I'm getting Silence of the Lambs. And I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who are you?
My name is Carlos.
Carlos?
Yeah.
No.
What's your name?
My name's Alyssa, and you're my friend Jerome from summer camp.
I'm not your friend Jerome from summer camp. My name is not Jerome. It's Carlos.
Okay, Ben.
Freeze.
This is freeze. This would never happen to me because at the end of the day, I
You
never
told me
mix
this
people-
did happen to you.
No, this never happened to me.
Okay.
This
right.
happened to me one time at the Blockbuster because I was with my dad
Yeah.
and I saw this guy wearing a similar coat to my dad. And I went and I grabbed him and I gave him a big hug and I said, "Dad, can we please get the burbs?"
At In-N-Out?
At Blockbuster.
I thought you said you were at In-N-Out.
No, we were at Blockbuster. Anyways, whatever. That's just I would never mix anybody's face
Okay.
up.
All right. Next situation. You know what? Time for me to listen on that one. Alyssa, Janine, and Carl are studying for a math exam at Wendy's. Janine shows everyone that she stole the answers to the test from Mr. Diggs.
Guys, look, come here. Shh.
Anybody want the rest of my chili?
No,
Yes.
I'm good.
Okay, you can have it.
Does anybody want the rest of my Frosty?
No.
Guys,
Does anybody
I
want
have-
the
I
rest
have
of my
very
junior bacon
exciting
cheeseburger?
news.
Yeah. What do you have, Janine?
Sorry, Janine.
I didn't order any food, but I just have exciting news that I feel like you guys would want to know.
Oh my God, what?
What?
So you know that test that we have tomorrow?
In Mr. Tay Diggs' class?
Yeah. Mr. Tay Diggs' class. I don't know, I've never been. He left the answer key on his desk, and so I stole it.
That's great.
So I have all the answers.
That's awesome, and that's his problem for messing up, and we shouldn't have to we should be able to reap the benefits. Let me see those answers.
Freeze. Alyssa, you're just going to cheat? You're not even going to try to avoid cheating?
Carl, what do you think?
You know what? I got a true story for y'all.
What is it?
In the future,
Uh-huh.
the year 2000, in my 6th grade history class, I found some workbooks in the trash can of my teachers. Like, she threw them away, but they were workbooks
Ooh.
that accompanied the actual books that we use in class. I asked her if I could take those home to study. I showed them to her and everything.
Uh-huh.
She said yes. Turns out those workbooks had quiz answers in the back of the workbooks. And I'm like, hell yeah. Now, I should have just kept this to myself.
What grade was
But-
this again?
This is 6th grade.
Okay.
I should have just kept this to myself, but trying to be cool in front of the little girls in school, I was like, I got the answer to the test. We were making copies of these workbooks in the library. And the kid who worked in the library, you had to be like a 7th or 8th grader at the time, went and told my teacher. But this was like the last couple days of school. And I avoided that teacher for the next 2 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow. So you never got in trouble?
Never got in trouble for it.
So just in the back of your head for like 3 years.
Yeah.
Just to like, ooh. That's a big weight hanging over your head.
Yeah.
See, I
That's the
don't
first time
think
I ever thought
cheating
about
on
it.
tests is wrong because at the end of the day, like the stuff that you're learning in school isn't as important as the stuff you're learning in church. So if you need to cheat, that's fine. In
So you
my
wouldn't cheat
opinion.
on Sunday school quiz.
No.
I wouldn't take a Sunday school quiz.
Yeah, that sounds weird.
Okay, well,
It's probably just my church. It's like, which question A, how do you hold a rattlesnake?
Carl.
I have also done that where I stole the answers and like just a silly person passed them out to too many people. But I thought if I change some of the answers for people so no one gets all of them right, like I was giving out certain versions of it, that I would get away with it.
Were you making money off
and
that?
I did. And I did get away with it. No, like a fool, I just thought, I'll be nice. I don't, rookie move.
Yeah.
And they did find out it was me, and he just was like, what are you going to do?
Wow.
And so we all got A's.
What class was that?
That's awesome, Janine. That's the first time I think I've ever agreed with you on
Economics.
something.
It was in economics, and yet
Economics.
Yeah.
shows you
You
how
were a
much you
senior in high
weren't
school?
learning.
How did you
It was our final exam.
in your senior year of high school?
Yep.
Wow.
Wow. That's late to be. Yeah. All right, let me ask y'all this. Here's a moral question,
Yeah.
and it's gross, so be prepared. It could get me canceled.
Missionary dating?
I don't know how this works for women, but let me ask you, Ben.
I bet I know how it works for women. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask everybody. I don't know what I'm doing.
I'm not really. Not a woman yet. I'm a girl still.
Feel free, Carl. We can always cut this out if it's weird.
I'm
So when
ready
I
for
was a
this.
young boy, and all these like teachers were sleeping with their students, I would always be like, "Damn, I wish that would happen to me."
You heard like at your school that was, or you mean
No,
like on?
it didn't happen at my school.
Okay, yeah. I'm with you there.
There
Okay.
were a couple teachers who got fired for being weird, but they were being weird with the girls.
Of course,
They
that's
were
got to be
like
so
old,
much more
gross
common.
dudes.
Yeah.
But like like the Mary Kay Letourneau situation,
Yes.
or like other situations where
What was that
the-
TV show? Dawson's Creek.
like when teachers are hooking up, when hot women teachers
Yeah.
are hooking up with their students, like I was being like, damn man, I wish that would happen to me. That would be so
Every
tight.
time, me too.
But I also feel like I would tell my friends
I
and get
wouldn't have-
everybody in trouble.
I would have got everybody in trouble, and I would not have gone through with it. I would have kissed the teacher, and then I would have been freaked out, and I would have been like, you know what? Actually, I'm saving myself, and I'm really uncomfortable. Also, it never would have been me.
For a moment, I'm gonna pretend like I'm not a 16-year-old Christian girl. I'm just gonna tell you the truth about what I would really feel. I would have loved to have an affair with my teacher, and I
mean, if it was Mr. Tay Diggs.
And so what you're saying though, Carl, is that you wished that one of the hot teachers would have wanted to have an affair with you,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't have thought it was wrong, and there's no judgment here because
I
it's
mean, at
just
that
whatever you
age, no,
feel.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
If I'm in high school, if I'm a sophomore, junior in high school, and all that's on my mind is sex, no, I wouldn't have thought it was wrong at all. I'd have been like, this is the best day of my life, not realizing how that's gonna screw me up.
Do you think
Like,
it would
sure.
screw you up?
Probably, yeah. I definitely think so. Even in middle school, like there was a science teacher I had in 7th grade who was like young, like fresh out of college. She was like 22, 23, and all the boys were just smitten over her. And that would have been cool. But it also would have been terrible. Janine, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time, I think I also would be like, "This is tough."
Yeah.
I'd be like,
Yeah.
"This,
Yeah.
I'm a legend right now,
Wait,
right?"
I can't-
Everyone realizes.
Wait,
What happened?
Janine,
Janine, your audio went out
the
after this
FBI
is
is
tight.
after you.
Oh, they're tracking me. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh, at the time when I was that age, I'd be like, "That's so tight. Like I'm a legend, right? I'm a god." Does everyone realize? But I think I probably would choose a handful of people to brag to, and then it could get them in trouble. There was a teacher at my high school who, I would just like to preface all the stories that I'm telling you with, I went to school in South Florida. There was a teacher at my high school who got fired from school because she worked on a topless boat.
Oh, wow.
And it like got out that she was doing it, and she tried to fight it. It was like national news. And then now she's a porn star. So we, in the cafeteria, people would be like, "Did you see Mrs. I don't remember her name, Mrs. What's her face new video?" And everyone would watch our teacher's porn.
Oh, really?
In the cafeteria.
In the cafeteria.
On like a phone.
Oh, yeah, you're so
in
much
the
younger
future.
than me.
Yeah.
I was like, you pulling out a cart?
There was a teacher in my school that she hooked up with all the male students, but she didn't do porn. And I remember just feeling kind of jealous of her.
Oh, sure.
So did she get fired for it?
No.
You're kidding.
Wow.
She didn't get fired.
Was it like
everybody
a
knew
rumor
this.
or was it like everyone?
It was like everybody knew.
Damn. I got to say, too, I had never thought about this before you said you were jealous. Like, that's...
I would have been I was jealous.
Yeah, that's throwing
like,
off the whole, like, sexual economy of high school or whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, how are you supposed to compete with the teacher?
I can't compete
Yeah.
with the teacher. I can't compete with that.
Full boobs.
Full boobs. She's got full boobs, and
got a
I can't
salary.
compete with that. Salary, full breasts,
A car.
a
She can
car.
give you good grades?
Well, I did have a PT Cruiser, so
Oh, really?
Janine,
My
what
first
is
a lot
this
of the
teacher's name?
guys wanted me for my PT Cruiser.
Is that true?
I need to know what this teacher's name was. Janine, I want to check this
The
teacher
porn
out.
teacher.
Yeah.
I'll find it. I'll send you some links.
Porn teacher.
She's probably got an NDA
Oh
with...
my gosh.
former
Okay,
president.
Carl. Speaking of teachers, who was your first ever crush? Not teacher crush. And did you ever do something embarrassing in front of them? And would you like to have a redo, or like, you know what I mean? Or was there ever a person that you really liked and you messed up and you would like me to pretend to be them and you can have a redo situation?
My first ever crush, like ever.
Or just, the one that
Ever,
was the
ever.
most memorable.
I remember my cousin played softball, and I would go to her games. She's a little older than me, and I would go to her games, and there was a girl on her team who I was absolutely smitten over, and I was like 7. This is around 1996. This is around this time where I would go to her. She was like, let me see, she's 5 years old. She was like 12 or 13 at the time. And I was like 7 or 8 years old, and I remember.
Oh, wow.
Thinking that it was cool to chew gum, and so I had like, I don't know, I was such a dumb. And then my
I
cousin would
thought
come
that
over
through
like,
all the way through high school. I thought it was cool to chew gum.
yeah, I like stuffed my mouth with a bunch of gum, thinking I was like, yeah, I'm one of the teens. Like, hey, 13-year-old girl, look at me, like, and she was on my cousin's softball team, and I remember like going to the concession stand. My cousin like calling me over from the dugout, being like, hey, can you go get me a green Squall Powerade? And I being like, yeah, I could do that. Anybody else want anything? And all the girls would be like, he's so cute. Oh my God, he's such a little cutie. He's so cute. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. It's Mississippi. And I remember like not wanting to be known as like cute. Like I'm a man. Like be my girlfriend. Girls on my cousin's softball team. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I'm getting a call from nobody.
Great.
What?
Keep going. I'm sorry.
But no, that's it. Like that was probably my first crush.
Oh, wow.
So I probably, if I were to do a do-over of that, I'd probably just take all that gum out of my mouth. Because I stuffed my mouth with so much gum.
Okay, well then that feels kind of like a simple solution. Take the gum out.
I farted at school one time. Like
One
I
time?
farted. Okay, I'll tell y'all an embarrassing story.
Okay.
That a moment I could have a do-over with. It was PE in 7th grade. And this kid, Jeffrey, who was like buff, and he was an 8th grader, he was like buff. He was doing pull-ups. And I was like, I can do pull-ups. And this is also back when we were like sagging real hard.
Mm-hmm.
Like so my PE shorts were like under my ass. And
Well, were they and one? Were they and ones?
they were just the school PE shorts.
Oh, you had
Like-
uniforms. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
we had PE uniforms.
Right.
And Jeffrey was doing his pull-ups, and I was like, and I saw all the girls were standing around, like all the 8th grade girls were like, hey, Jeffrey, yeah. And I went up there, I tried to do a pull-up and used all my strength and just like, plap. And I didn't shit, but I just farted. It was loud.
With one thin layer of material.
Yeah. I'm sure my shirt was riding up probably. And
Oh
yeah,
my god.
so they
Well-
just saw like a ripple in my drawers.
I want to say, the more I think about this story and think about doing a redo, I think at the end of the day, I wouldn't redo this situation. I think this is pretty cool that this happened to you. And I think it's also a big part of why you're so talented and funny today is because of moments like this in your life where you weren't number one and you weren't as cool as Mr. Jeffrey.
Yeah,
And-
Jeffrey.
But now you rose to the top and you're able to be who you are, which is the perfect Carl.
Yeah, I agree. Well, here's one good thing about that day. I was mortified, extremely embarrassed, but because I was kind of a class clown, I got away with it. You know what I mean?
People were like, he farted on purpose kind of vibe.
Yeah, he got up and farted,
Right.
and everyone's like, ew. Everybody took off running,
I
but they
think
laughed. They
that-
laughed so hard, but I was mortified. Because it was like I couldn't do the pull up. I was like too chubby to do. I didn't have any upper body strength to do the pull up, and I used all my body strength to pull myself up and just in front of everybody's face.
Can any of you guys do a pull up now? Can anyone do a pull up?
No.
I can't.
I
I've
can.
never been able
Yeah.
to. You can?
Yeah, I could
I'm
do it.
pretty
I could-
strong.
I
You
could do
both
some
can.
pull-ups.
Alyssa
I'm
and
a
Carl
jock.
both can
I'm
do
a
a pull up.
jock. I'm a jock, so yeah, I can.
All right, it feels like a lie. That feels like an absolute
Okay,
lie.
well, I remember though, this one kid farted in school and everybody was laughing and I laughed. And I took the laugh to what my teacher said was I took it to the next level. So she sent me to the principal's office. Anyways, that's just a side note, and we don't have
That
to get
checks out
into
for
it.
me.
Why did you
It
It
take
feels
the
like
laugh
that
too
checks
far?
out.
I took the laugh too far because I thought it was really funny, and I really wanted us to keep laughing because I didn't want to learn about what we were learning about.
Oh.
I wanted to just keep laughing at the fart, and so I just kept going. Ha 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 ha. I took it too far.
Just forcing it out.
My
I
last
fully agree with
question-
your teacher.
What, Janine?
I had nothing. What's your
My
last question?
question for Carl is: do you have any advice for anyone?
Any advice for anyone? Yeah, I have advice for.
Anyone, yeah. People that maybe are need advice and have hair and braids and
I think everybody should be kinder to each other, and everybody should delete Twitter.
wow.
It's not beneficial. It's not as beneficial as you think it is.
Wow.
And
It's
what else?
controversial.
yeah, be kind. Rewind.
Wow.
Whenever.
Rewind. Yeah, rewind the movie if you watch a whole movie and then rewind
Yeah.
it to the
Rewind it for the next person.
What else? Any advice for a 16-year-old girl
Yeah.
who doesn't feel beautiful?
Hey, remember this. When you turn 30, you're gonna be the most sought after woman on the planet. Just know that now.
How do you know that?
Just know that now. That's just a mantra for you to have.
Okay.
It's more of a theory.
I'll
Yeah,
try.
it's a
I'll
theory.
try that. I'll try.
It's theoretical. Just know, wait till I get to 30.
30, flirty, and thriving.
Yeah.
And now it's time for Alyssa's closing thoughts.
Thanks, Carl. Okay. I
Janine,
have
can
some
you
thoughts.
throw us down a beat for Alyssa's closing thoughts or any kind of music?
Sure.
Well, here I am. The end of an episode, yet again. This time my guest was Carl. He started out reprimanding me for being a little snappy, and while usually I would be on the defense, there was something about the way he said it and the way he addressed me that made me feel kind of loved and cared for. So I decided to take what he said and run with it. Maybe I'll look into hypoglycemic, but also maybe I'll just look into trying to be a better person. Even though Carl lost his religion, he's still a really good guy. He's funny, he's nice, everybody likes him. If I could be anybody in the world, it would be Carl. Janine loves to go shoplifting, and that's okay because maybe she doesn't have as much money as someone else. Cheating is okay by me. Ben needs to get a haircut.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, even though nobody wants to date me, that doesn't matter. And that's it for my closing thoughts. Thanks.
And now it's time for Popcorn Prayer. This is where we all join hands and we close the show with a prayer said one word at a time. And then this is going to go Alyssa, Janine, Ben, Carl. And whenever you think the prayer is done, just say amen.
Dear.
We.
Uh-oh. Try again, Janine.
Wait, you said here?
Dear.
She said,
Dear God.
we
Should.
Always.
Stay.
inside
During.
A blizzard.
Please.
unless
Bears.
Bears.
Then.
we
Should.
Gather.
Outside.
unless
They're
Bears.
monsters.
Then.
we
Probably.
Should.
Gather.
sandwiches
4.
Eternity.
Because.
amen.
Amen. And all God's people
Amen.
said,
Amen.
Amen.
Praise God from whom all blessings flow. Praise Him, all creatures here below. Praise Him above the heavenly host. Praise from the Son and Holy Ghost.
It's so hard to sing along.
Amen.
Great singing, Alyssa. Now it's time
Thank
for
you.
plugs.
And that's when we would see Victory Is Mine. After they would sing that,
Yeah.
right when the message was over,
Uh-huh.
they would praise God for whom all blessings flow.
Oh,
They
yeah.
would sing that, and then they would sing, Victory is mine. Victory is mine.
I
It's like,
want to
it's like
learn
a
that
tambourine song.
Let's see if Victory Is Mine is on YouTube. I'll put it in the chat.
All
song.
right,
Please do.
pull
I'm
up with
excited.
that. I will say first off, follow us on social media, A with a circle around it, Totally Rad 1996. And Carl Tart, thank you so much
Yes,
for
sir.
being here. Do you have anything you would like to plug?
You know what? You can listen to me on your podcast app. Just type in my name, and there's a bunch of them up there.
That's
All right.
right.
How's Carl Calls His Cousin going? I just heard about that.
Oh yeah, you can listen to that. That was a podcast I have with my cousin Hassan, and it's genuinely just a phone conversation that we have. And
I love that.
It's good. It sometimes we get into a really good conversation, and other times we don't. And did y'all hear that?
Here, was there a
No.
noise? I didn't hear.
Okay, good.
Okay,
No,
cool.
my keyboard is in front of me as well, just like it is in front of you two. And it just played a little note there.
Oh, did
And
it?
I was just hoping, yeah.
Oh.
Because my Logic is on. But, and that right there is Victory Is Mine. And then, but yes.
Where can we now? I heard a song with yourself as Wancho Cash. Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
And any music plugs you would like to make? Because I loved that song. I loved No Espresso. It's called.
Me and my best good friend Lamar Woods have a EP coming out soon. And all of the members of my sketch improv brotherhood fellowship, white women, we all do a little music together.
Everybody's putting out albums.
We're the Wu-Tang of improv.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to hear this. I hope it's family friendly.
It is not.
Okay, well then I will not be listening.
Our improv is family friendly. Our music is not.
That's okay.
Janine, anything you would like to plug?
Jam Space Podcast on Starburns Network.
Yeah, with Colton Dunn.
Me, Colton Dunn, Scott Rogers. And to also please be kind and rewind. And if you're a child or you have a child, please watch The Substitute on Nickelodeon that I wrote because I would like another season.
Yeah, help Janine get that WGA money.
That's cute that you think.
Is it not? It's not a union show.
It's a union.
I would like to plug this episode.
Oh yeah, if you haven't heard this episode, go to your podcast app and listen to this. It should be playing right now.
Also, I would like to plug there's an old episode of my show, Why Full House is the Greatest Show of All Time, and Carl is a guest on it. And I recently re-listened to it, and it's one of the greatest pieces of media I've ever listened to. Carl talks about Stephanie Tanner, and it's great. So
better than Living Single. I've been watching that show. Is it?
What's better than Living Single?
Full House.
No, hell no.
Okay, well, Carl, that's up for debate. Ben, can you play this song?
Living Single or Friends? I can't get it to work on mine. My computer's going real slow. But if you want to play it and just hold it up to your mic, that'd probably work, and I'll drop it in post.
Can you hear that?
Yeah.
That's an ad. How about that?
Think I look good? I look good for 42.
Yeah. Like a flag waving song.
This is amazing.
We had praise team at my Baptist church, and we had a flag. They waved flags.
Nice.
Thank you.
That was a great song. And until next time, keep it totally
Totally rad. Totally rad. Totally rad. Totally rad. Totally rad. Totally rad. Totally